Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Haysie Simmer here, and I have a new microphone. I hope the audio quality is much improved for you guys. But without further ado, I have a new episode of the Extreme Ultimate Decades Challenge. We're in the year 1317, and a lot's gonna happen. Buckle up.
Tenoba, Kipuna,
Apolachaba, Crezo.
ooh, oh, Grinhoy. Pinkubu Koiba? Vaccine. Ah, Yibs. Shimba. Fenica Finade. Hispala Grinia. Hulain the Galna. Nebahana. Nubeam Shorg. Vobao. Zuma Forb. Toki Boo. Oh, Tinkwell.
Nisa Faba,
Navy Gobi. Surf. Ooh, facial barb. Ida.
Olibar, Zamonis Arrow. Pandoli Usanet, Smishy Yafana. Nisa Faba, Tamono Policy.
Hiroshi. New. Yum. Anchinas. Banana. Zerza. Spot. Stumas. Rosa. Essenoi Florib. Essenoi Florib. Mesplima. Bibidoi Abib. Narga Pony. Yebu. Warpa? You bitch! Oh, Gariz Von Kira! Oh, Shaby Bully!
All right, so you guys just caught up with Adelaide. Adelaide has been trying to find the Gothic family out in Glimmerbrook, but like I said in the last episode, the manor or the estate that they're on, Tiara and Lady Isabella and the kids, can only be found by Merlin blood. While Adelaide has it, remember, she is tainted due to the curse. She cannot find the barrier, and Yennefer has been trying to help her, but they just can't find it. So Yennefer asked what was so important about finding these people, and Adelaide had told them essentially what happened in the Kingdom of Avalon since the year 1313. And Yennefer brought Adelaide to their little tower out here in the woods. Cute little tower, and introduced Adelaide to some key magical players in Glimmerbrook. This is the elf Lily Vellery. She is an immortal being and partner to Yennefer. So Lily is an elf. She is native to Glimmerbrook, and she has been harboring for centuries. Evangeline is the long lost love of Vladimir, who he believes is dead. Vladimir believed that his father Merlin murdered Evangeline due to her family being of strong magical line, because they were half elven and half spellcasters. So they are extremely powerful. Centuries ago, Vladimir and Evangeline eloped under a full moon, and this is their daughter from the consummation of their marriage. Evangeline found out that Victoria Merlin had joined these dark witches who were trying to raise the evil dark goddess Naru and using blood magic, and she was going to sacrifice her child. Remember how I told you guys Victoria was secretly pregnant and was planning on giving her child to the coven? Evangeline told Merlin what was happening. Merlin spirited away the child after it was born, and he confronted his daughter Victoria, and Victoria basically was hunting Evangeline. So Merlin helped Evangeline fake her death and run away with Vladimir and her child. And the reason they are still alive is Merlin bound Evangeline and her unborn child at the time to the life of Vladimir. But since Vladimir thought his one true love was dead, he turned to his sister, Victoria, and Victoria turned him into a vampire, which made him immortal. So right now, they're currently immortal, but they will have a normal lifespan if Vladimir is destroyed. And as you guys have known for a while now, Victoria is the original vampire. She cannot be killed, or at least to anyone's knowledge, she cannot be killed. So they were aware that Victoria and Vladimir were vampires, and Evangeline has kept her daughter from that information and safe with the elves here in Glimmerbrook because she wanted to give her daughter a chance at happiness, and elves live forever. So this was the safest and the best community for them, as well as dark magic cannot enter Glimmerbrook without the help of the dark goddess Naru, which is the sole reason the coven, Adriel and Arya, want to bring Naru through. Remember how I said the dark goddess promised everybody something? She promised Victoria power to be able to be a ruler. She promised Vladimir that she would bring back his one true love. And she promised Arya and Adriel that she would give them enough strength to enter the enchanted forest of Glimmerbrook so they could destroy the elves and take the elven magic. So that was the whole motive behind the coven and all the rituals that they have been doing in Avalon, because Avalon is the kingdom Glimmerbrook is in, but it's an enchanted wood, so only magical creatures can come inside. They cannot, like I said, they cannot find the Gothic household. So what we just saw play out was Lady Adelaide trying to convince Lily and Yennefer and Evangeline to help her in her quest to go back to Avalon. Since she can't find Tiara, she knows Tiara is safe, and the only thing she can think now is to bring the rest of her family back to Avalon. She has to make Avalon safe, and Adelaide is no one to be reckoned with because she has the extremely powerful Merlin magic, and she was cursed by the dark goddess. All they did was amplify her powers and make her more powerful, and she wants to use her power for good and healing people because she feels like her soul is damned. So Evangeline is finally telling her daughter Millicent the truth about her father, Vladimir, and their love before he turned to dark magic. And Evangeline has sworn to slay Vladimir and set everything right with the world. She is no longer scared of facing Victoria because she feels like the Dark Coven has overstepped their hand and trying to bring over this dark goddess improperly because they do not have Merlin blood in the host has given them an opportunity to cut the head off the snake essentially and take away their source of evil magic once and for all. This group of people are going to go and head back to Avalon. It's going to take them a couple of months to head back to Avalon and join the Witchers, the vampire hunters, and the rebels in defeating the vampire and dark coven. That is what we're dealing with in 1317. I'm so excited to finally be here with you guys. But we're gonna hop in our main Alder household now. I hope that was very interesting for you all. The new main Alder household of Gen 2, Frederick and Mary and Anne. Right now I have Mary trying to bond with Anne. I'm gonna have her do a few things, and then tonight we will have her age her up. Frederick is really upset about his brother passing, so I'm gonna also have him bond with the baby. On the other side of the house, Halia is in bed and not doing well. She has been bedridden for a couple of days now. The spellcaster Emma Brewer has came over and said that she is just so malnourished, she will not make it through the day. So today we'll be losing Halia. Halia has decided to come pray her last few hours to the Watcher to look over her family. She was blessed with 13 pregnancies with her soulmate, Jacob, and they have 5 living children. There's really only so much she could have asked for in the short life that she was given during these medieval times. She just wants her family to be safe throughout all of this hardship that she knows that they are going to be left with. She knew what she was doing when she ate those rotten foods, and she kind of just hoped she was tough enough to get through it, but her family deserved the fresh food. A mother like Halia will always make the sacrifices needed to make sure her family is going to survive. We're just going to watch everyone come in and say goodbye to Halia. I think as our matriarch, she deserves like a finer farewell than me just using MCC and ending it there. So all her children are coming in. Gwen is letting her know that she would have rather shared the burden of starving with her mom because she doesn't know what she's going to do being in this house with her brothers without her mom around. And don't think Gwen really understands what it's going to be like to really not have her mom. And Halia is giving Gwen her last minute advice for being a mother, a wife, and living happily ever after. And Gwen is just so upset about this, but Halia says everybody has their day and it just happens to be mine. At least I get to go out around all the people I love. Alexandra will really not remember his mother. It's unfortunate because he is so young, but he is also here spending the last few minutes in the chapel with his mother. Oh, I love how they look at each other. I'm gonna cry. And my first pair of soulmates, the love that started it all, literally a year ago when I started playing this challenge and I decided to revive my YouTube channel, Halia and Jacob, who are loosely based off of me and my own husband, just character inspiration. He's embracing her one. I'm gonna cry. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. It's kind of like I'm dying. Sorry. I'm not Halia at all, and I would never have made personally the decision she made, obviously, but like I've never played a sim. Oh my God, I'm crazy. I've never played a sim based off of the way I look, and especially in a challenge so publicly. She had lots of pregnancy losses, and that's something I personally have experienced in life. And oh my God, I'm dying. This is just a very emotional moment for me. This is so embarrassing. I'm not sure if I'm gonna post it. If I do, just know, guys, like I really care about this challenge because this has been like a piece of me. And there's been times I know where I've like tripped over myself when talking. Oh, I love how she's talking to him. There's been times I know as a storyteller that I've gotten like rambly and tripped over myself, but Halia and Jacob's story just is so meaningful to me to watch it play out. But yeah, so it's been really emotional for me. My YouTube channel has been so important to me, sharing this passion with you guys and just saying goodbye to our matriarch is crazy. Like, this challenge is going to take me years to finish, and Jacob and Halia started it all. I'm not sure if we will stay in their lineage because the way this challenge is set up. Oh, he lost his, you know what? He probably doesn't need his gray streaks. I'm not sure if we'll always be playing their lineage because, you know, this challenge could easily take a turn and we'll be playing another family tree later on. But this has been such a fun journey. It's been 1 year with this family. I have never played a sim family for a year, and also one that's loosely inspired by me and my own husband. So thank you guys so much for supporting them. We are going to be saying goodbye to Halia. This is her last child in her household, coming to say goodbye. And I'd be lying if I said I remembered his name. But it's time to finally say goodbye. Oh, it's Arthur. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Big hug for Arthur. I might not remember his name, but Halia does. She knows that I have big plans for Arthur if everything works out in his roles. I didn't name him Arthur for no reason. He is actually going to be a he's going to be like a teenager, young adult during the 100-Year War, and we still have a sword in the stone. So got a lot of fun things planned, but right now we got to do it. We have to finish off. Oh, that scared me. We have to finish off and say goodbye officially. So she is dying. Let us go and watch this moment.
Shubi Rao. Benoi.
Watu, Nadlo. Naya Fleetwood. Hisapay. Zabe.
That's what it looks like to lose your true love. I tried to get him to plea for his true love, but it didn't work. I don't even think we're allowed to plea anyways, but I wanted to try. I do think I had my microphone turned off, so I'm very sorry about that, guys. But I don't think I'm getting tombstones anymore. Holyo's tombstone. Maybe it's in our home inventory. Frederick just attended his mother's funeral, and he is about to just cry it out because his heart is broken. In his mind, he had the best mother ever, and he just can't get out of bed today. So I'm going to let him cry it out and have a good day of mourning, because I think we're all in need of that. Anne grew up to be cautious as an infant. And here is baby Anne. She is definitely a little cutie. The family has to pay their... Oh my goodness, he's so sad. He just recently... He lost his brother yesterday, and now he's lost his mom. But he is definitely mopey because he's lost his brother and his mom. Frederick is going to come outside and work on some more blacksmithing to sell. Mary is going to be working with Anne on her milestones because there's really not much we can do. I'm not going to have these two try for another child until they want to woohoo because of the famine. We run the risk of Mary not being able to be fed during the famine. Her being pregnant would not be ideal. It only made sense before because they consummated their marriage, but right now it is not a urgent need for them. So we'll have Mary spin some thread and work on milestones with Anne. Anne is definitely not a fan of tummy time, but Mary is a very determined mother. She will make sure that Anne is great at everything she does, for sure. Frederick has been spending all day outside fiddling around with his blacksmithing. I think he really realizes that his parents aren't going to live forever, and he is now a dad, and he has to figure things out the way his parents had to figure things out. And the family has a visitor. Mary's sister Alice has visited. I'm sure she heard the news about what happened to Mrs. Polya. So she's probably come to offer condolences and probably bring over a loaf of bread. Again, we will allow the family to have bread tonight because of that. Of course, Mary is going to introduce her sister Alice to her daughter Anne. Alice has always wanted to be a mom, but it kind of looks like it doesn't come naturally for either of the girls. But I think because their mother died when they were young, it's just something that they aren't as prepared for as they mentally thought. I feel like Alice came over here to flirt with Frederick. Why are they arguing? Maybe she's upset that she wasn't chosen, and maybe she thinks that she would be a better wife than her sister. You know what? Alice is probably getting her new arrangement, and she probably does not like who she's going to marry. So I feel like she came to take it out on Frederick for not choosing her. I don't know. That was a really weird interaction. I'm not sure why they're arguing. It doesn't say at all what is going on, but I really want to ask her to leave. Go away. His brother died. His mom died. We have a ghost problem. I got this medieval carrier, so I'm going to have Frederick carry Anne around in it because I feel like he would totally do that as a dad. And Mary is just making them some mash for tonight. There's really not much out there anymore, so she got whatever she could find and mashed it up in a pot for them to eat. It's roots, it's mashed potatoes, it's just whatever they could get out in the wild. So it is Saturday, the second day of 13/17. The newly parents are sleeping in. They had a long night, waking up all night for the baby, and Mary also started her cycle again, so they're just having a rough go of it. So we're about to go into Gen 1's household and roll for Francis, who is the second oldest child of Halia and Jacob. So Francis, if he survives his role to become a teenager, he will be our new second in line to be our heir, because Anne cannot be our heir because she is a daughter, and the rules of the Ultimate Decades Challenge does say that you go on to the male heir for a certain amount of time, and then eventually you can do a female or male. So I'm going to stick with those rules. In line to be our heir and the head of House Alder. So this is for Francis to become a teenager. He cannot get a 7. So I'm going to pull up a D die. All right, so this is for Francis. We're going to roll it right now. No 7. Yay! Okay, so we have another teenager. We also need to roll and see if he gets married. So that'll be another thing we do real fast. Compared to his cousins, Francis really got the short end of the stick there. So I'm going to go ahead and age up Francis. And here we go, aging up Francis. He was already a loner, which made sense because he lost his twin brother Caesar, but he also is an art lover. So I think I'm going to get him to pick up his mother's paintbrush. I think that would be a very beautiful homage to his mother Halia. So let's get him into cast and get him all done up. And here we have Francis Alder, all grown up and ready to be married. I'm not the happiest that he can only try for one kid. So I guess since we don't have anything else to do for this year in particular, I'm gonna go around and try to find Francis a bride, unless one just showed up at his doorstep. Is she a vampire? Oh, so she is not a vampire. She is a teenager. What? The game just found us some buddy to marry. Let's immediately respectful introduction and get this guy married, because she showed up on our doorstep. She's decided she was ready to be a Mrs. Alder, right? Like this. It couldn't be more divine. Oh, Uncle Calvin's in the background. Okay, here we go. All right, they've met. That's a good sign. All right, let's do this really fast courting. This will be one of the fastest courting situations ever, but I'm gonna have him get to know her, see what her interests are, and then I'm going to ask her to maybe about a medieval interaction. Maybe we'll discuss the news around the kingdom and see how she stands politically. Ask for a future marriage of convenience, just to say, hey, like, today's my birthday. I'm old enough to get married. Do you want to get married? Oh. Yo, how did he get accessories on? Yeah, he lost his skin details and gained accessories. That is so annoying. And I don't remember making him that bulky. So she's feeling playful. So I don't think she's like not feeling him, but he is sad about his mom and his brother passing away. So I'm not too sure how well things will go. But their bar is going up really fast. So he is officially asking her, will she have a marriage of convenience in the future? Let's see what her response is. Confess fear of vampires. Of course she's scared of he's scared of vampires. Okay, so he is asking her, do you want to get married? Like, I have to get married, and you just showed up on my doorstep. So are you interested in being a Alder wife in any chance at all? She looks tough too. I wonder what she's into. They are betrothed. She agreed. He sees her as basic looking. That is a savage moment. All right, they're betrothed, guys. Like, we're gonna have a wedding. Like, this is already happening. Honestly, I just feel like his dad needs to be a witness to it because I think they're all scared. Like, mom died, dad might be dying soon. We gotta get over here and... Oh, there's mom's urn. Yay! Yay, we get to add mom to the... Oh, I'm so excited. We get to add mom to the funeral, to the graveyard. But yeah, his mom just died. I think he is like, okay, let's just get married. So we're gonna rush this wedding. I know it seems crazy. Jacob is more than fine with it. We need another dowry. Honestly, the family's doing okay because they must have got rent paid. But we already have a chapel because Jacob is the head of house elder. As long as he's a witness to their ceremony, it can go down. So I will have him, we'll just say he's going to give a speech and they are going to fantasize about their wedding. Okay, I think they're like, I guess we are doing this. And Jacob is just probably going to get all the information down. He probably doesn't care. He's probably like, yeah, sure. You want to get married to this girl, you guys can get married. And it seems like they are, honestly, this may not be the most romantic storyline, but he aged up and she literally showed up on his doorstep. And yeah, they might see each other as basic looking, but maybe she is like just from the neighborhood. I do believe she lives near the docks, if I'm not mistaken, based on her attire. So maybe he's met her, maybe Francis has met her down there when he's gone for fish and salt. Jacob is here to ornate their marriage and they want to sit down and just kind of have this conversation in agreement. And I am absolutely fine with that. We're going to have to use MCC to get them married. Even though teens are supposed to be able to get married through MCC, it's not working for me. But in general, he's pretty happy about it. He's newly betrothed. He is excited about his marriage. She is feeling playful, newly betrothed. She's ovulating. Honestly, the perfect time to get married. So we're gonna just have them have their first. They don't even have any romance. I'm actually just gonna use MCC and make them married. I just have them building up relationship because she is ovulating. He only gets to try for a baby once. It might as well be now where we can guarantee they will get a baby. If I can't set them as married, we're just going to say that they are married, and when they get older, I'll actually set it. I was able to do it for Frederick and Mary, though, so I should be able to do it for them, but they might need to have their first kiss. Oh, they're cute. I like them. I actually might like them better than Mary and Frederick. Oh, they're so cute. I love that. Okay, let's stand up and see if we can have our first kiss. Oh, don't run away. He said, hey girl, it may be that we're hungry and there is no food in the kingdom, but you're looking rather delicious tonight. No, I'm just kidding. So they're having their first kiss. So cute. Way to go, Francis. Way to grow up, man. You literally grow up and get married like instantly. Okay, so I can finally set them as spouse. I just had to build up their relationship. That's okay. But they are officially spouse, and we're gonna have them consummate their marriage now. Not okay. I'm gonna have to rearrange the house a little bit, and then they'll consummate their marriage. Okay, guys. So she actually already has a baby. So maybe she was fishing for a husband because she lives like on the island with the pirates, and she already has a kid. I mean, we're fine with that. I do need to change the price of their rent, but we're fine with that. I hope she genuinely does like Francis, but I'm sure she would have told him I have a child. He was obviously fine with that. And maybe that is why she's going to come with the $2,000 dowry. I'm sure she told Francis that, though, that she already had a kid and the father's not in the picture. Francis was obviously okay with it. He's a bit of a loner. Honestly, because of the famine and the lack of food, the lack of funds going around, Francis realizing that he needs to get married, and he and her hit it off really well. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think any of the alders would have a problem with that, especially like how quickly they all rallied for Tamara and all that whole situation. Because technically Jacob could have taken Tamara's kids and thrown tomorrow to the curb and sided with his brother Jedediah. But the Alders have always kind of done the right thing when it came to family affairs. So with Francis just searching for a bride literally on the eve of his birthday year, I don't really care. I don't really think he cares if he will be a stepdad, which is really cool because his little baby, he was only going to get one role anyways for an heir. So it's kind of exciting that he will still get to be a dad, because we're not going to roll for this baby. This baby will get to age up and survive. So that'll be fun. It'd be crazy if this baby is all that's left after like the famine and I end up having to play Francis's adopted baby as, I'm gonna put the baby actually in the shared space so they can actually have some alone time. Everyone can function in there. I changed things up a bit. I made this kind of like a shared space living room with hobbies. Technically this is the TV, but it's off the grid, so some of the households can use it and some of them can't, but it's nice because at least it brings them out of the house. Jacob is in there with his remaining children. He did give his bed because they would have reused it. He did give his bed to Francis and his new bride because they wouldn't have wasted that. So I'm going to have her age up her child after she feeds it for the first time. Oh my gosh. So she is like a new mom. I mean, obviously there's an infant, but like I can't even age him up. I wonder where this kid came from. Laurent Gothic is not her son, but Laurent, you know what? She might have adopted Laurent. Laurent went missing. Laurent is Tiara's brother. Laurent is Tiara's twin brother, which is kind of crazy, but it looks like maybe she adopted him whenever I tried to delete him during the Gothic family massacre. Sometimes when you do that with kids, it doesn't really work out. But Jackson is the name of her son. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I guess we can call him Jax. Jackson. So Captain Hamish has 2 kids. Okay. So she had a kid with Captain Hamish, which is whatever. Can you not go into your own house? Okay. Oh, because the baby's, I knew what I was doing. And then I'll take it into Cass after I see if I can get them to woohoo. Sunny baby. And then put Jackson in there. So Abigail is very excited to consummate her marriage. Oh gosh, mom is messaging. Abigail is very excited to consummate her marriage in here so she can hopefully haunt the family. That is what my wishes are for the family, to be haunted by the mom. All right, let's see if our side quest paid off, and let's take a pregnancy test. It said that she was ovulating, so I'm really banking on her being Miss Fertile Myrtle and giving our Francis his first and only child, because he only, oh my, okay. I guess we'll take that pregnancy test in a moment. Okay, she's gonna go to sleep. Yeah, I would go to sleep after that too. Holy crap. Okay, we also we expanded their room a bit and moved a few things around, but the Alder family is growing. Remember, we are halfway through 13-17. We still have 2 more days of 13-17 left. I know it said you could only try for baby once. The first time was try for baby. I don't know. They just did their own thing. So let's see. What is she about to be asked? Okay. Let's see if she's pregnant. Give us the good news, because we need it. Is that a yes? Is that a yes? Is that a yes? Yay! Abigail's pregnant! Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, goodness. Francis gets to be a dad. She can get a makeover after they have their babies. This was just a random side quest when we realized Francis had to get married. So back to our regularly scheduled program. We're going to hop back into our new main Alder household. Our heir, Frederick. Frederick and Francis have been getting me tripped up this whole time. Hopefully Mary and Frederick are doing better with their losses and new parenthood, new marriage. I'm hoping they're finding balance while we spent today away from them. Coming back to our main household, it looks like someone is... Okay, hang on a second. Mary is doing laundry. Frederick is being a good old daddy, doing tummy time with Mary. And our cousin just arrived via horse. These are bikes, by the way. I have that mod. Wait, is this our cousin? Who is this? Wait a second. This isn't our cousin. Is she coming to our house? This is not our cousin. I think she's a vampire. Okay, I thought that was our cousin, who we do need to get married, but... Okay, never mind. Nothing was happening. That was a false alarm. Mary is just doing the laundry, which desperately needs to be done. Frederick sold some of his ingots, however you say it, and he's got quite a bit of money from them, so that is great. He'll have to go mining again soon. Right now, I'm gonna see what he can craft. I keep having him craft some steel shelves. I assume they're in our inventory. Yeah, they are in our inventory. I could hang them up for decor, but right now I think they would be desperate for funds, which they're doing really good. He's almost got enough to build a blacksmithing station, but I think I'm gonna have him put Anne to bed and go to sleep. It's 9:30. Cry it out, cry it out. Does she need to eat? No. Okay, good. Mary is just doing laundry. Okay, we'll check in till tomorrow. Our cousin Christine has come to visit us, and she has asked Frederick to help her get married to an eligible lord merchant, and either an eligible lord or merchant, even though his father is technically still head of House Alder. Frederick is the future of House Alder, and it looks like her older brother Riker is here also offering some advice, but Christine really wants to get married. She was holding out for the prince, but she no longer really thinks that he's gonna come back, and truly she probably thinks he's been unalived by King Regent James, and she realizes that King Regent James has 2 sons and 3 daughters of his own. There's no way he is going to let his younger brother produce heirs. So Christine realizes what's best for her future children is to not hold out on a hope of marrying a long-lost prince. So Frederick did say that he will help her find a future spouse, but he wants to wait until they have a little bit more substantial stuff to offer because of the fact that we are still in the middle of the famine. We can't grow crops. He's telling her, for you to marry a lord, I really need to save up funds for your dowry since your stepmother took all your money. And we also need to set up a blacksmithing station for myself. So she said, okay, thanks for considering it. And she's going to head on home, which she lives over here in this unit. So I think she accepts that and all around understands where Frederick is coming from. I think since Mary has some energy, we're going to have her making some thread. Frederick is hungry, but that's just the way of the game. It is now the 3rd day of 1317, and Mary has been up all night getting some yarn to sell because she heard Christine's plight, and she was very lucky that her father had a dowry for her. Even though this isn't a love match for Mary and Frederick, her sister Alice, as we just saw, is not very happy with whoever her father arranged for her to marry. So Mary, our Mary realizes that she got off lucky because Frederick is the head of his household, or the future head of his household. They have this huge estate to expand upon and for their children to inherit. He has taken up another skill in time of need, and he is a good leader and a provider, and I think Mary sees that and appreciates him. So that's good news. So I think she's going to also help raise funds for Christine's dowry, because Christine needs at least 5,000, I think, to marry a lord or a merchant.